Many men believe the world is rigged against them, blaming unseen forces for their lack of success. This mindset is seductive. It absolves you of responsibility and offers comfort, but it's a poison that drains your ambition. When you see every obstacle as proof of a conspiracy, you stop seeking opportunities and become a spectator in your own life. The truth? The world isn't against you. It's indifferent. The market doesn't care about your background or dreams. It only responds to value and persistent action. Successful men aren't always lucky. They understand this indifference and act anyway. They don't curse the darkness. They learn to navigate it. To escape mediocrity, abandon the lie that external forces are your main enemy. Your real opponent is the story you tell yourself, the narrative that justifies inaction. The moment you stop blaming the world, you reclaim your agency and become the architect of your destiny. See the world not as a conspiracy, but as a system to be understood and mastered. Many cling to the belief that the world is unfair to protect their pride. Admitting your lack of success is due to your own shortcomings is painful, so it's easier to build excuses. Excuses like, the market is saturated, or I don't have connections, are just shields for fear. These stories preserve your pride, but chain you to mediocrity. Blaming external factors numbs the sting of inaction, making mediocrity feel acceptable. But this safety comes at the cost of freedom and power. True power requires tearing down your fortress of excuses and facing the truth. Once you stop making excuses, you start seeing possibilities. The energy spent defending your pride can be used to build skills, networks, and take risks. Trade the illusion of being right for the reality of becoming powerful. Machiavelli saw life as shaped by two forces, fortune, luck, and virtù, skill and audacity. Most men stand paralyzed by fortune, blaming luck for their failures. Machiavelli taught that while you can't control the river of fortune, you can build dams, prepare, adapt, and channel its power. A man of virtù doesn't wait for luck. He prepares for storms and uses chaos to his advantage. In business, those who complain about luck or competition are simply unprepared. When disruption comes, they're swept away, not by bad luck, but by lack of preparation. The strategist embraces chaos, learns, adapts, and positions himself to benefit from change. He knows luck matters, but preparation creates opportunity. He builds a stronger ship, not hoping for calm waters, but learning to sail through storms. Don't pray for luck, prepare for it. Channel fortune with skill and audacity. Be the man who shapes his fate, not the one swept away by it. This is how you bend fortune to your will. Many fear saturated markets, seeing competition as a barrier. In reality, a crowded market signals opportunity. Demand exists, and money is being made. Would you rather open a restaurant on a busy street or a deserted road? The busy street proves there's a market. Competition means the groundwork is done. Your challenge is to stand out. A saturated market is a field of opportunity for the strategist. Study competitors, find their weaknesses, and target underserved niches. Use the data from the crowded field to inform your strategy. Don't see competitors as obstacles. See them as proof the prize is worth fighting for. Your task isn't to find an empty field, but to carve out your territory in the arena. The fear of saturation is the fear of competition itself. To gain power, you must not only enter the contest, you must relish it. Many search for an easy path to wealth, but every road to success has its own dragons. There are no shortcuts. Each path demands a unique sacrifice. The key isn't to find an easy route, but to choose the challenges you're willing to face. The surgeon endures years of study. The entrepreneur faces constant change. The artist braves uncertainty. Each path has its own pain and its own rewards. Failure comes from refusing to choose your dragon. Dabbling, quitting at the first sign of struggle. Mastery is forged by facing the specific challenges of your chosen field. The powerful man asks, which problems am I willing to solve? Which pain am I willing to endure? He chooses the path that aligns with his strengths and accepts its price. This acceptance gives him the endurance to outlast his competitors. The words you use shape your reality. They're not just reflections, but tools that carve your future. Weak men speak in terms of limitation. Powerful men use the language of agency. If you want to change your life, start by changing your words. Listen to the powerless. I can't afford that. There's no time. I don't have the skills. These are declarations of defeat. This language shuts down problem solving and reinforces passivity. The powerful reframe. How can I afford that? How can I make time? How do I learn the skills? Turning statements into questions opens the mind to solutions. Cultivate this discipline. Challenge limiting language and rephrase it into strategic questions. This isn't empty positivity, it's rigorous responsibility. By changing your language, you reprogram your mind to see opportunities, not obstacles. Train yourself to be a strategist, not a spectator. Ultimately, the journey to power comes down to a choice. Do you want to be right, or do you want to win? The man desperate to be right clings to excuses. He'd rather be correct about why he failed than risk being wrong on the path to success. He wins arguments, but loses the war, building a fortress of justifications and staying stuck. The man who wants to win is willing to be wrong, to fail, to adapt. His ego is tied to results, not to defending his past decisions. He analyzes failures, learns, and tries again, focused on outcomes, not excuses. This is true responsibility, owning the outcome, no matter what. Abandon the comfort of excuses and embrace the reality of cause and effect. Will you stand on the shore, explaining why the ship will sink, or will you get on board and steer toward the prize? One man gets to be right, the other gets the reward. Choose to win. The prize goes to those who act, adapt, and persist.